be informed that the story you are about to hear is a unique blend of actual events and fictional elements. The narrative has been crafted in such a way to vividly convey the essence of the events that transpired. It is important to note that the names of the plantation and individuals mentioned within this tale have been altered to protect their identities and maintain the integrity of the story's fictional aspects. We invite you to immerse yourselves in this captivating journey, where reality intertwines with imagination to create a compelling and unforgettable experience. Part 4: Escaping Misery Plantation. As the night wore on, the atmosphere in the house grew tense and heavy. The children couldn't shake off the feeling of unease that lingered in the air. Despite their exhaustion, sleep eluded them, and they tossed and turned in their beds, haunted by the events of the previous night. Ella felt a deep sense of guilt for breaking the promise they had all made to keep their father in the dark about their activities. She knew she had let her siblings down, and she couldn't shake off the weight of her actions. Meanwhile, the parents, sensing the unrest in the house, decided to take action. The mother, a devout woman of faith, turned to prayer and her Bible for solace. She walked through the house, reciting prayers and anointing every room with oil, invoking divine protection and driving away any lingering spirits. Gradually, a sense of calm descended upon the house, as the mother's prayers seemed to have an effect. The oppressive atmosphere lifted, and the children felt a glimmer of relief wash over them. In the days that followed, the family tried to put the events of Misery Plantation behind them. They vowed never to dabble in the occult again and to heed their father's warning about the dangers of the Ouija board. Despite the lingering sense of unease, they found comfort in each other's presence and the knowledge that they had weathered a storm together. As the day progressed, the unease in the house seemed to escalate. The children, despite their promise to their parents, couldn't shake off the guilt of their actions the previous night. The strange occurrences that had plagued the family and the servants only added to the tension that hung in the air. After the unsettling incidents in the morning, the family gathered for lunch, but the atmosphere was somber. The mother, still visibly shaken by the reports from the servants, decided to address the situation with her husband, when he returned in the afternoon. When the father arrived, the mother wasted no time in recounting the events of the day. She detailed the strange attacks on the servants, the moving objects, and the feeling of a malevolent presence in the house. The father listened intently, his face grave as he processed the information. After a moment of silence, he spoke, his voice tinged with concern and determination. "We cannot ignore these occurrences any longer. It's clear that something malevolent has been unleashed in this house, and we must take action to protect our family and our staff." Together, the parents decided that they will move to their home, which was a place of peace, and no evil was ever felt there. The family and the servants felt a weight lift off their shoulders, and a newfound sense of tranquility settled in. The family learned a valuable lesson about the dangers of dabbling in the unknown and the importance of respecting the boundaries of the spirit world. And as they moved forward, they did so with a newfound respect for the power that lay beyond the veil. As the family packed their belongings and prepared to leave Misery Plantation behind, a sense of relief washed over them. The father's decision to resign and move to their home in another parish was met with a mixture of sadness at leaving behind the memories of the place and a profound sense of liberation from the dark forces that had tormented them. Rex, the faithful family dog, wagged his tail happily, sensing the change in the air. The children, though saddened by the sudden departure, knew that it was for the best. They said their goodbyes to the place that had been their home, with a mixture of nostalgia and relief in their hearts. As they drove away from Misery Plantation for the last time, a weight seemed to lift off their shoulders. The father's health gradually improved, his stress and sickness alleviating as they distanced themselves from the haunted estate. Arriving at their new home in the peaceful parish, the family found solace and comfort in familiar surroundings. The specters of Misery Plantation seemed like a distant memory as they settled into their new life, free from the malevolent forces that had plagued them before. In the safety of their new home, they vowed never to speak of the horrors they had experienced at Misery Plantation, choosing instead to focus on the love and unity that held their family together. And as days turned into weeks and weeks into months, the scars of their haunting experiences began to heal, replaced by a newfound sense of peace and tranquility that enveloped them in their new sanctuary. As time passed and the family settled into their new peaceful home, the children found themselves occasionally haunted by memories of their time at Misery Plantation. Despite the traumatic events they had experienced, a part of them still longed for the thrill and excitement of the unknown. The allure of the Ouija board and the mysterious spirits they had encountered called to them, tempting them to seek out that forbidden knowledge once more. However, the promise they had made to their parents weighed heavily on their minds, serving as a reminder of the dangers they had faced and the consequences of their actions. Though the curiosity gnawed at them, the children ultimately chose to honor their promise and resist the urge to dabble in the occult again. They understood the risks involved and the potential harm it could bring not only to themselves but to their family as well. As days turned into weeks and weeks into months, the memory of Misery Plantation began to fade, replaced by new experiences and adventures in their new home. The children found solace in the safety and peace that surrounded them, grateful for the chance to start anew without the specter of darkness looming over their lives. While the temptation to revisit Misery and the Ouija board lingered in the depths of their minds, the children knew that some doors were better left closed. They chose to focus on the present and the bright future ahead, leaving behind the haunted past as a cautionary tale of the dangers that lurked in the shadows. Remember to subscribe, like and hit the notification bell. Therefore, you will not miss out on new content. And remember, whose truth? No other than Dr. Ruth. Stay tuned for more exciting true mystery stories.